just want to quickly add before this video plays, I know I look like a mess again. Anyway, these EPs are very like not professional, and I don't think they're anything like that. I will in future be getting into an official studio with real producers and mixers and engineers, whatever, and be remaking everything I've ever put out. From here up until then, it'll be remade and be better for all of us. Because I meant to say it at the start and I just completely forgot, but I don't think these songs are incredible. I do listen back to them, I do enjoy them, but I don't think they're anything top quality. I think they're just like middle quality, and there are lower quality, hence Methodical Madness. If anything, it's a step down from the Stages EPs. Like, they just don't sound as clean sometimes, and that's not a big deal because I do plan in the next 2 or 3 years, because I'm going to college for music production, and I do get to work in a studio with actual producers. So hopefully I'll be able to, in the next 2, 3, maybe even 1 year, to remake Stage 1, Stage 2, The Other Side, all the singles I plan on releasing in the future, and all the singles I've released that weren't on projects in the past few years. So that's all. Thank you. Enjoy this video. Hello again. Remember a couple months ago when I said that I was going to be uploading constantly and like more regularly? Well, that idea's gone out the window, so hope you enjoyed the few short videos that I put up since my last talking one. Like the makeup one, I was meant to sit down and film earlier in the day and then speak as I do my makeup, and instead I had to do a voiceover that didn't include anything I wanted to talk about. So that went great, and then I dyed my hair, and that video was like no talking whatsoever. By the way, yes, it is still purple. It's turning into like a dark rusty rose red kind of colour. And then I wanted to film this video for about a month. Well, it's been since I started writing this EP, but as you can see from the title, this is going to be me explaining the EP, my new EP, The Other Side, and the tracks within it and like the story around it. And I've been wanting to film this video for weeks, but also I'm glad it's taken me this long. Like, the EP has been out for 3 weeks. 3 weeks? Yeah, I think 3 weeks. So anybody that wants to listen has had time to sit down and digest it and make up their own meanings for the songs. But also, I want to tell you my meaning. But music to me, no matter whose music it is, be it mine or some other artist that I love, is always like personal and what's the word? I want people to sit down, listen to the songs and enjoy it, and then also while listening they create the story that matches their life in their head. And then now that you've had time to do that, I'm going to sit down and tell you the meaning that I see for each of the songs, because they are written from my perspective. Let's get into it. As I said, this EP was out 3 weeks ago on July 24th, the same day as Taylor dropped Folklore, so Spotify was kind of dominated by her. Thanks, Taylor, I love you. No, I really do, I adore that woman. And Folklore is so good. Her black and white albums are the best ones, let's just say that. Reputation of Folklore. Anyway, so if you haven't listened, you feel free to go now. The links to all my music places are down below in the description, like in my social media area. And let's get on with the video. So this EP, The Other Side, was my third official EP. It would have been my fourth if I had kept Methodical Madness. If you've been around that long, you are an OG. And I hope you forgot what those sound like. It's my third official EP. It follows the release of the Stages era, called an era, 2 EPs that were like 2 parts of one another. Like, part 1 is the craziness of this experience, and then part 2 was the more how that experience affected me mentally and physically and everything. With this EP, the third one, I wanted to take a complete shift of the last two EPs that I released, because those 12 tracks, although they do make an album, so it needed to be cohesive, it was not what I like. I listened back to both of those EPs because I do enjoy listening to my music, because I'm like, I'm proud of that, I want to keep listening. I listened to them, I'm like, why do some of these sound similar? In my head, I think that. To most other people, they'd probably listen, they're like, oh, these are completely different from one another, whatever. So this one, I was like, I'm going to change up my whole style. I'm going to add pre-choruses, I'm going to add refrains. In some songs, a refrain is like a repeat of the chorus, for those of you who don't know. I'm going to add all these new things, new vocal techniques, new melodies, everything, throw it in there, push it out. And then I did that, and now it's out. So I wanted to take a completely new route with sounds and instrumentation and vocal production. And yeah, I wanted to make it different and new and not like I've done it before. And this EP, it conveys a lot of emotions. Many songs have two emotions, some of them may just represent one, but still it represents all of my emotions over these past few months of writing and recording and everything. The emotions range from confidence to anxiety to you name it, to be fair. It's like love and freedom and like how they made me feel, whatever. And this EP was in sections. Like, I didn't realize it until I had every song done and submitted, that this EP is literally in sections. And then I kind of leaned into that. I like took it off from stores and leaned into that idea some more, and then put it back on stores. And that's why there's so many like connections between songs. The 6 tracks are sections of their own. Read My Lips is one section that is about like the judgment I felt with my music from certain people, mostly online. This one song was written. I wrote Bury the Hatchet last year, released it, then scrapped it, right? We know that song. This is like that song, but better. It's about the same people. It's about these people who made me feel like absolute shit. And then I was like, you know what? You're not getting my time of day. I enjoy making music. Sometimes your words may get me down on Twitter, in DMs, in whatever you're saying about me. But ultimately, I enjoy what I'm doing, and I enjoy making my music, and I enjoy writing, and I enjoy this whole process. So I'm not going to stop just because I feel a little bit attacked from a few people online who think they know me, but they don't. Not a chance. Never. No. So, Read My Lips is that bad bitch anthem about people who judge my music. Sideline is about anxiety and not feeling like myself. The Other Side and Deserve to Be Happy kind of play off of each other. They're one section because they're about the exact same situation, but are like two different parts of it. Like, The Other Side is very much what is going on, and Deserve to Be Happy is the part after, once we leave this person. Eclipse and What You Know could be either one section together or 2 separate sections, depending how you look at it. Eclipse is very much about freedom and that like whole thing about what I want for my future and how I want this future to go and how free I want to feel from whatever. And then What You Know is very much about my best friend, obviously, and it's very much about love and finding freedom within that love between friends, you know. The Sideline kind of plays into that like friend thing as well, but it's a different thing. Eclipse and What You Know are both about finding solace in love, though. They're both together and finding like freedom within a new thing, love being that thing. That's the EP as a whole. Now let me talk you through each track and what each track means to me, or what I wrote it about. Being vague if possible for some of them, because I can't be exposing myself too much on the internet. I have these all written down beside me, so if you see me looking over, I'm going to try edit out some parts where I'm looking over and reading, but if you do see me looking over, that's why. So just know that. Thank you, and here we go. So, Read My Lips. This song is very much confident, cocky, ballsy, bombastic sound. The production is like very loud and in your face, but also like the laughs kind of tie it back and make it sound like spooky in a kind of way. And then I do like kind of like those type of sounds in there as well, just to kind of like give it a little spice, you know. But I opened this project letting people know that no matter what they say, no matter what shit they decide to talk about me, I enjoy what I do. I don't care what they think because I enjoy making my music. Sometimes what they say may get to me, but ultimately I adore creating and writing music, and that whatever they say is never going to stop me. And I think that was the perfect opening to be like, listen to all of this, but let me start off by telling you, I don't care what you think. I would not have put these 6 tracks out if I did not like them. I do like them, so keep your mouth shut, or don't, I don't care, talk whatever you want online. I'll probably read it, but at the end of the day, it's not going to stop me from making music, so, you know, some of you will get that, some of you won't. Some of you have never really experienced what I have, because I'm really putting myself out there and just throwing myself in a shark-infested water. You know? Anyway, as I was saying, I was unsure about making this song at first. Like, Read My Lips is very not me at all. But eventually I really did get into the vibe and got into that, like, persona, and it may have been delusional confidence. May have been something I created in my head that doesn't exist. But once I added, like, the laughs and, like, the little growls and stuff, it was like, oh, I love this song. I really adore this song. And then I was going to make it a single, but I didn't. Now we move on to Sideline. The second track, I thought it was like a good way to also introduce this album, EP, whatever. It is about my anxiety and feeling like I don't live my own life, which I do still feel sometimes, to be fair. It feels like my life is happening around me and I'm just standing watching it all happen, not living what's happening, you know? Some of you will know, some of you will be like, what is he talking about? What drugs did he take? I didn't take any. Well, but in the end, my loved ones helped me through it. And with this song, it is the last single on this EP, so from this era, this is the last you're getting. Well, this video will be the last one you get, to be fair, but I'm making sure to close this era properly. And like, I'm giving you a last single, I'm giving you a ton of stuff with that single, and then I'm giving you this video to finally close out the era and say goodbye to it and welcome in the droplet era. But again, it is about anxiety and it's about everything. So I was like, that's a good single. And this new version sounds better, which you will know because it's out tonight. It's out tonight, I'm so excited. Anyway, that's Sideline. Just a sad bop, upbeat, but every lyric is like cheap wine on a Friday night, which is like a typical Friday night anyway. And then it goes like, it feels like I'm just standing, watching my life pass me by. It feels like I'm standing on the sidelines. Get it? Like sideline, like at a football game when you're watching a team or whatever, or like when you're watching your child or your cousin or whatever play a match and you're like at the sidelines cheering them on. That's what it felt like. It was like I was on the sidelines, but I was also playing the match and hearing everybody cheer me on, but I wasn't actually playing. Didn't feel like I was playing it, at least. I was just watching myself play, you know? My anxiety crew, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, The Other Side, the title track, for a specific reason. This is a confident and more hopeful song. It's about my current situation in life with what's going on at the moment. And it's talking about cutting these ties with these toxic people that I don't need in my life, that have felt like they controlled me for a while, and I felt that as well eventually. So I was just like, you know what, chop that source of stress, get out of here. And it's like this image of I'm crossing this bridge with the people that I love and care about, and then before you can cross over with me to the other side where I feel better, I'm gonna burn that bridge down and you're gonna be stuck on the side on your own, and you're gonna realize what happened, and we're gonna thrive in this other side. Get it? And then Deserve to Be Happy is also the next step in that situation. Deserve to Be Happy is more on the hopeful side than the confident side. It is about this same situation, but now that we're on the other side, with the people I truly love and care about, I want all of us to be happy, and we deserve to be happy, and I deserve to be happy, but you don't. You can stay on the other side by yourself, watching that bridge burn all you want and cry about it, but you will never get us back because you don't deserve what we have. Get it? And it's like after years and years of dealing with this shit being just thrown at us, we finally are like, oh, that's over now, so I can finally be happy again, you know? So these two songs are hand in hand the same situation, and it's about this person that I just want to completely get rid of and never think about again once I've left, and that's just what's going on at the moment. The next track, track 5, is Eclipse, and it is funny enough because pretty much every project I write, there is a song about space, or the moon more so. Literally, the moon is something I always write about. I'm only realising that now with Eclipse and If the Moon Left Us in the Dark, and a new song is coming soon. Do I have a personal attachment to the moon? I'm gonna look into that. Eclipse is about freedom, full-hearted freedom. I wrote it as a fun little bop. I wrote it in literally like 5 minutes. Like, I've been toying around with the idea of Eclipse as a song title for weeks, months, maybe months, I think. And I just could never write it down. Like, it was like, do I write about this one friend? Then I was like, no. Then I just let it sit there. Something just hit my window. Anyway, I let that title sit there, and I only had the lines, "Wanna see the burning cityscape in the moonlight." And I was like, what can I do with that? But then one night it just came to me, I was like, wait, full eclipse in my heart, because I have this design that I did years ago of this like purple and black heart, and it looks like an eclipse. So I was like, that could be something it was used for. And then it was like, full eclipse in my heart, I can feel the moon and stars in my veins. And it's like, it gave me that high, you know, like I've never been high because that's just not for me. Not yet. Haven't tried it, but we'll see. And then I read it back and I was like, did I just write a bop about drugs without meaning to? But that was the first thing that came to my mind. Then I played this song for other friends and they were like, is this about this, or is it about this other thing, or whatever? And I was like, oh, so everybody I played this song for is getting a different meaning. So I was like, this is exactly what I want music for. So for me, I read it back and I thought drugs, and then I connected to how drugs make you kind of like get out of your mind and be out of your head and give you a sense of freedom from your own brain. And that's kind of like how I'm feeling now at this stage, after I am on the other side when I deserve to be happy, and now I feel free and out of my head. And that's what I immediately connected everything to. That's my interpretation of what I'm thinking about it. Maybe you were like, Ian, what are you talking about? And you completely have a different other meaning, even after hearing me say this for the first time, and you're like, no, that's not what I see. That's perfect, because I don't know what I wrote it about, to be fair. I just wrote it, it came out really fast, like 5-10 minutes. Then I was like, oh, what is this about? And as I said, I played it for a ton of people, and everybody had a different interpretation of it, so I'm glad I'm making music that you can do that for. And then finally, track 6 is What You Know. This was the second single, or first official single, from this EP, and I love it. I think it's my most radio friendly, meaning it's has the potential to be a hit out of all of my other songs. This is the one that could have made it big, and it kind of did, It got on a Pride playlist with another small artist. His name is, this is how you spell his name, I don't know how to say it, I think it's Ewan, or Ewan, whatever it is. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. What You Know is what I thought was going to be my biggest hit, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But this song is about love, and like the only form of love that I really know, and that is friendship. It is a song for my best friend, and about the love I have for her, and how well we know each other, and how I just trust her and tell her everything, and she trusts me and tells me everything. That's it. That's what the song is about. This song was added to a Pride playlist, like a few days after it came out, and it was like blowing up every day. I was like, we're at 100 streams, and it's been a week. That doesn't happen for me. Usually I get 40 if it's like a single. I get 40 in a week if it's good. Sometimes if it's not as good and people don't like it, it's like 16 in first week. But this was like 100, and then it reached 200. And now that it's been re-released with the EP, it's gone up again. I don't know how much, and I don't really care because numbers don't mean much to me, but we'll get into that in the end. It's about love, and the only friendship form of love that I know, because I haven't been in love yet, because being not straight is not great. Oh wait, I love being a poet. I love being a songwriter. Being not straight is not great. Wow. Nobody steal that. I've written it down. Don't take that. This EP is called The Other Side, and it's meant to be completely lowercase on the EP title and the track title, and Eclipse is supposed to be all lowercase. But me being me, I was like, oh, let me just release the title track as a single. So I did that, and I was like, hey, no problem. Then I had the thought, how is this going to work when I upload the EP with the exact same title? And I was like, oh, maybe it'll be like for the hyperfollow, which is like where it gives you all the links to your everything. And I was like, oh, will it just be The Other Side 2 or what? Then I uploaded it, and then all the titles turn back to like regular case, like not lowercase. And the title of the EP was the same, and I was like, what's happening? And it was like, you already released under this title with more than 2 of these tracks. You need to delete that before you upload it, or you need to change the title of this EP. So I was like, So I went back, deleted all of the singles, because I wasn't just going to delete The Other Side as a single and then keep What You Know and Deserve to Be Happy, because I was going to delete Deserve to Be Happy anyway. But I deleted that, it went up, and then all the titles of the songs were fine, but then the title of the EP itself was capitalized, and I was like, I hate that. So just know that it's not supposed to be capitalized, it's supposed to be all lowercase. But other than that, everything is fine. So that is the explanation of the track list of my new EP, The Other Side. I hope you enjoyed, or when you listen, I hope you enjoy. Tell me what you think. And yeah. And as I said at the start, all of these songs are up for your interpretation. You interpret them how you want. I just am giving you my view on them, what I wrote them about, and I hope that you can take them and apply them to your own lives or your own relationships or whatever is going on in your life. I hope you can take them and enjoy them and be like, oh, this reminds me of this thing or this thing. Or you may have listened to me explain all those 6 songs and be like, Ian, those make 0 sense, so how about I stick to my meaning and you talk about your meaning, and I will be like, perfect, you run with those 6 tracks that you have created this whole story in your head for that doesn't match mine. That's exactly what I want. I want you to take them and make up your own story for them, if that makes sense. But yeah, that is the end of this. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all again at some point in the future.